It's time to let the real music begin. Welcome to lesson 2, where you actually get to make sound. So, take out your bow. When it's loosened, you'll notice that the hairs will fall onto the bow if it's flipped upside down. You'll see them hanging around loosely. It's very visible. But when you tighten it, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, always clockwise, you'll notice the hairs start to come up a little bit. As they get farther from the bow, you'll see the bow straighten out a little bit. Do not do it to the point where the bow hair and the bow are both parallel. Make sure that the hair is straight, but the bow still has an arch to it. This way, if you put it on your strings in a moment, you'll see that it bends pretty easily, but it's not overly taut where the bow would snap backwards. I also broke a bow this way. Whenever you use your bow, make sure that it's tightened. If it's not tightened, this bottom part right here, where when you push down, it's going to rub right against the strings and it'll scratch if it's made of wood. If it's not made of wood, it'll still scratch and it will not be good. It won't make any good sound. So make sure it's always tightened whenever you're going to play. And as soon as you're finished playing and you're putting your instrument away, make sure you loosen it. It's like a rubber band. If you leave the rubber band taut the entire time, it's going to end up losing its durability. You want to retain its durability by loosening it after every single lesson, every single time you finish playing, before you put the instrument away. This is about as tight as I make my bow. As an example, listen to how my bow sounds if I play it when it's not very tight. You'll hear this airiness to it. Listen to how it sounds when I tighten it. Suddenly, it grips onto the string more, it's louder, it's more firm, more resonant. Make sure your bow is tightened. You ready to make some music? Let's go. If you're wearing a bracelet, take it off. If you're wearing a ring, that's okay. But if you look in the professional symphonies, a lot of them have their ring on their right hand instead of their left. This is because it gets in the way when things become fairly technical. The last exercise we're going to do is called the monkey game, where your hand is the monkey and your bow is the tree. Go ahead and put your bow in starting position, the normal good grip, and what you're going to do is climb up the bow like the monkey would a tree. Go ahead and put your hand back in the starting position and climb it up again. My fingers are just moving back and forth like this. Stay relaxed. Make sure the bow is perpendicular to the floor. Just climb all the way up. Let's try it one more time. Make sure your cello's out of the way. You don't want it flying all the way over there and hitting it. So take your time, relax, let your bow slide all the way down. Alright, before we start climbing down the tree, let's make some music. So, to get started, make sure the cello's in a comfortable position, cradled between your legs. Relax your left hand, we're not going to use that. For our right hand, we're going to start by identifying the frog of the bow and finding the middle of this space. This is the fingerboard and this is the bridge. So right in the middle of the fingerboard and the bridge, if you look at it from the side, you'll see the space in the middle, but from the top, from my angle, it's a little bit harder to see. So make sure you have approximately in the middle, and start from the frog and pull. Good. You made your first note. How did it sound? Let's try that one more time. at the frog, right in the middle, pull. Let's try that one more time. The frog of the bow, right in the middle, on the D string, relax, and pull. Except this time I'm going to ask you to freeze. Freeze. Now do not move and look at your bow. Is it perpendicular to your strings? If so, good job. But if not, adjust your bow until it is perpendicular to your strings. So your strings go this way and your bow goes this way. Make sure it is all the way out. And if you're finding yourself with your shoulder up like this, try to relax and keep the cello bow in the same position. If you're finding yourself like this, with your elbows bent downwards and your fingers in a strange position, take your time to readjust yourself until you have the proper bow position that is perpendicular to the strings. Your shoulder should not be tense. It should not be like this either. Make sure it's right in the middle. With a little bit of weight, not pressure, but a little bit of weight from your first finger and the rest of your arm, let it just relax and push down right in the middle. Just push. Good. So the first bow that you learned is the down bow, where you can see the picture of this guy. His arms look like a half M and they're pointing down. And you could call it an incomplete square, whatever it is. That is a symbol for a down bow. And on violin, when you think about a violin player pulling his bow toward the ground to create sound, that is a down bow for violinists. But for cellists, it kind of goes sideways. So it really doesn't go down, but you can think about the bow being pulled toward your side. Downward motion. It follows gravity. Whereas the up bow, see the picture of the guy with his arms in a V? That is actually the symbol for the up bow. So when you're actually pushing away to the left, that is an up bow. Just like the violin moving his hand away from the ground. Go ahead and make that motion. Arm to your right, down bow. Arm to your left, up bow. Down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow. Okay, good job. You're going to see these markings all over the music, and hopefully this will help you remember. Let's play one full bow. On the D string, find the base of your bow. Let's play one full bow. The frog of your bow, the middle between the fingerboard and the bridge. Push down and relax. Pull. Make sure it's perpendicular all the way across. Freeze. Make sure it's perpendicular. You have the weight. Don't push too hard, but don't let it go either. And when I say go, we're going to go back. Ready, set, go. Freeze. How's your position? Is it tilted? Is it up here? Is it down here? If so, then readjust it right back to the middle. And there's your full bow. To help you learn the strings, there's one song that I learned from my very first cello teacher. Now to play the song, put your bow away. The song is going to go like this. Ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 going underground, ground, 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 all the way to China, 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 China. So ants with an A, digging in the dirt, going underground, all the way to China. Sing with me. You don't have to be in tune, because I'm obviously not. Ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 going underground, ground, 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 all the way to China, 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 China. Good job. Now remember those. A, D, G, C. You have it written down there. This concludes part 1 of lesson 1. Thanks for joining, and make sure you're comfortable with these techniques before moving on to part 2. Thank you.